Hello everyone. In this video, we will be talking about list views in Salesforce. So what are object list views in Salesforce? We will find out in this video. So right now I'm going into accounts. We can go into any of these tabs or any of these objects and any other objects as well. So whenever we enter and go into a tab or an object, this is the page that we fall to. So this is basically the object list view page. So the view that we're seeing right here, it's a list view. As I can see, account, I have the following information at a glance: the account name, account site, billing state, province, phone number, type of account, the account owner's alias. So this is basically, if I'm the account owner, this is my alias. So whenever I create a user, I create an alias for that user. So this is that alias. Now, obviously at a glance, I can see this information, but what if I want to see different kind of information? What if I want to see more fields? What if I want to see the account owner's name? What if I want to see the industry that this account belongs to? Or, any other field. I may want to put any other field over here, right? And actually we'll get to that. We can also put filters, but we'll get to that. So simply put, I will click on this gear icon right here. And so this is list view controls. I can create a new list view, or I could simply clone this one. For now, let's just simply create a new list view. I'm going to say all accounts that are direct customers. So I only want to see accounts that are direct customers. An API name will automatically be populated. Who should be able to see this list view? Do I only want this to be visible for my user, all users, or do I want to share it with a specific number of people so I can, write down their roles and their username? So if I want to share it with a specific group of users. Right now, I just want to share it with all users. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to hit save. Right here. So I can see all of these accounts, all accounts that are direct customers. And so this is filtered by, this is only going to show me all accounts that I own. See, you can see filter by owner, and it says my accounts. I want it to show all accounts that exist in Salesforce. I can also filter by a different scope, but that's not relevant for now. So I'm just going to be filtering for all accounts. So I want to see all accounts that exist in Salesforce. I'm going to hit save. And it's saved. So obviously in this Salesforce, all the accounts that exist are the ones that I created, except for this one, the sample account. This gets created automatically whenever we set up this Salesforce org. So this now popped up when I changed the filter to all accounts because I do not own this account. My user does not own this account. So this is something that just popped up when we changed the filter. Now let's close the filters for a second. And now let's say I want to add different columns over here, right? How would I do that? Let's say I want to see account owner name and the industry. And I want to remove the account site. I'm going to click on this list view control gear icon. I'm going to see select fields to display right here. So right now, these are the visible fields. These are all the fields that I can select. So these are all the fields on the account object. First things first, I'm going to remove account site. So from visible, I'm going to move it to available fields now by simply doing that, and it's done. Now I'm going to find the owner name. So that should be somewhere over here. Owner first name. So let's just say I want to see the owner first name. I want to remove the owner alias. I also want to add industry, so I'm going to look for industry right here. I can see industry over here. I'm going to move it over here. And I want to show it right next to the account name. So I'm going to click on industry and I'm going to move it up right next to the account name. Now, if I hit save, right here. So as you can see, account name, account industry, state, province, phone type, and owner first name, right? So that's how you move the columns and field names. Now I want to add the filter to only show direct customers. As you can see in this list, we can see direct customers and channel customers. So I want to only see direct customers. So to do that, I need to add a list filter. How do I do that? So I simply go over here, see this icon, filter icon at the very top right. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to say add filter. In this, I'm going to select the field type, the field name, which is type right here, and the operator, which is field type, should equal to customer direct. I can choose as many. Let's say I want to see prospect, channel partners, installation partners, and all of those. So I'd simply choose all of those. And so it says field type equals these four options, right? For now, I just want direct customers. Since this is our list view, then we only want to see direct customers. So I'm going to hit done. I'm going to hit save. See, now only the customers that are of type direct customers, those are the ones that only pop up in our list view. So that's how you edit list views. That's how you can control list views. You can create as many as you want. You can clone this. You can also rename this. So I can change the name if I want, but right now I don't want to do that. I can leave it as is. And we can also change the sharing settings. So for now, it's viewable to everyone as I selected at the start. I can only make this viewable to me or select a group of users that I want this list view to be shared to, right? So right now, let's just leave it as is and we'll hit cancel. And to refresh a list view, let's say you have different tabs open, and if you are working on, you change something and you had the same list view open in a different tab and you edited things over there. Now and you come back to this tab, obviously it may not reflect those very new changes. Simply you can click on this refresh button and it will refresh this entire list view for you, and it will bring in any changes that have been done in any other tab or anywhere else. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that we have about list views. And also we can delete list views as well if we want to by simply clicking on this button. These are all the list views that we have for accounts, and we can pin a list view as well. So for example, right now, if I refresh this page, it's going to take me back to all accounts because I've pinned this list view. Now, let's say I go into all accounts that are direct customers and I click this little pin icon over here. All accounts that are direct customer was pinned. Now, whenever I refresh or come back to this browser after a long period of time or whenever, I will directly be brought back to this list view because this is now the pinned list view. So that is pretty much everything that we have about list views and list view controls. Now, when we talk about how the visibility of list views, so we have multiple ways to display this. So do you see this button over here? You click it. Right now, this is being displayed as a table. We have two more options. Let's say if we want to see a split view, we simply click on split view. And see, now you can see the list view right here. So these are all the account records that we initially saw, but now they don't have as much information that they initially showed at a glance. Rather, what we can do now is you can simply click on one of them and we'll be able to see the record open up right here. Pretty good, right? Yeah, so this is Salesforce's standard feature. It lets you have the list of accounts or any object records at one place, and you can simply click on the record and it'll open it up in the second half of the screen. So that way you don't have to go back and forth by opening one and then going back, then opening another. This is a pretty quick way to open something, edit it, and then move on to the next one, right? And then we have another kind of list view, which is Kanban. Right, so this is a different list view. So for this, we need to summarize. So this we need to summarize our account records by a particular field, right? So it depends. So right now, let's just say I want to do it by number of locations, right? And I want to group it by account owners. This is something that would make more sense to you guys when you've done covered reports and dashboards, because this is kind of along the lines of that. But just giving you a quick overview of what Salesforce has, you can also set things up like this, a Kanban view, right? Right here. So now if I so so there are 1,063 different locations that different accounts belong to. Right now, you may not be able to see all of those because we just have a very few records in our Salesforce. But if we have thousands of account records, we may have been able to divide them into multiple columns. So this is one column, which is let's say we have a status field in account which says uh, new, old, already pursued. If we had three different statuses, we would be able to pull them in three different columns, new, old, and already pursued. And all the accounts for a particular status would fall in that column. Right? So that's what Kanban view does. That's a little advanced and not very relevant at this point, but you may come across that in the future. So just quickly want to touch on the name so that you remember whenever you come across that. But mostly we would be using the table list view and the split view. Those are the most commonly used list views that are out there. So that's pretty much everything for this video. Thank you.